Hey guys, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents into the ring about the McFarlane Toys 7-inch scale One Punch Man Saitama figure. It just came out pretty much. I walked into GameStop and I saw it and I bought it. Because I walked into GameStop specifically for this. Because I've really been wanting a Saitama figure for a while. There's been a few import options, but I just wanted, a figure that I knew would be good and it wasn't going to be expensive. And hey, this guy only came out to like 24 bucks after tax, and I like it. I really do. It's not perfect, but I like it. I do have some issues I will get into. But first up, let's just talk about the box real quick, because it's just a little box. It says One Punch Man has a blah, 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 Saitama is a picture, blah, blah, blah. That's how much it cost me from GameStop. And then there's a picture, and then boom, there's the box. And then here's the figure itself. It comes with some things. It comes with a One Punch Man display base with a peg on it. That's nice. I like that they included that. You also do have this alternate head. I have him with the alternate head right now that is upset looking. It's kind of like his more serious Saitama face where he's just, he's just going to punch you, And I like that face. He also, in the package, does come packed with his kind of goofy, I'm just kind of living my life day by day sort of face. I like this one a lot too. I think the eyes are pretty accurate to the show. I like the mouth, but my only complaint with these heads is that they're all painted in the flesh tone. I don't know if you can see in there, they're actually kind of cast in white, I believe. So you can kind of see the paint, and it kind of just makes it look a little odd. It almost gives it like a more realistic skin tone, which is really weird, and you don't really want that for an anime figure, but whatever. And then you also have alternate fists, which of course, because he's One Punch Man, he already has on him. Why would you not have him with the fists? But he does come packed with a couple normal kind of open hands. And that's it. There's no other accessories with him, which is kind of a shame. But yeah, it's nice. He comes with pretty much what you need, and I appreciate that. Let's look at the details on him, because he's got some nice details going on. I already showed you the head sculpts, but the paint overall is pretty nice. He's fully painted. Pretty much the entire surface of this figure is painted, so you get to see, it's pretty much all painted. Kind of like what these sort of collector-oriented Western action figures do. They just fully paint the thing. I kind of noticed it's kind of an oddly shaped body right there. But I'll just leave it at that. He does have his cape, which is actually pretty nice and soft material, so it's not really going to get in the way whatsoever, and it's sculpted nicely too. There's his back. A pretty plain outfit because, it's Saitama. It's One Punch Man. What do you expect? Yeah, looks good. It looks good. I like it. The feet look nice. And the neck is a little long for this alternate head, but I think it's fine. Here, let's get the other head on him. You just want to pull up straight. You don't want to wiggle it at all because it does have that very long skinny peg, which I'm worried about. There is a peg that I need to tell you guys about, and that is in the shoulder. We'll get to that really quick. But yeah, that face looks nice. I wish they probably should have done a little bit of paint for his mouth, because with how his whole head is painted, you can hardly see the mouth. So articulation, you already saw how the head is with the pegs and all that. The head range is pretty nice. It doesn't look up all too much, but it looks down a lot and side to side a lot. He doesn't have a butterfly swivel or butterfly joint as you would think. His shoulder is actually just on a ball joint, and then that's just kind of a cap over it. So he has a ball joint at the shoulder, then he has the universal joint. He has a swivel at the bicep, really nice double at the elbow, pretty standard kind of wrist articulation where it's, works like that, really nice. His waist, he has balls at the top and the bottom of his torso there, so you get a lot of nice range. His hips are interesting because you can move them outward pretty far, and this one you can just move straight forward. Doesn't go all the way, but it goes pretty good. This one though, didn't like to go forward at first. I actually had to move it out and then move it forward. He does technically have a thigh swivel. You can see the joint in there, but because of how he's sculpted, you can see you're not really going to get any thigh swivel out of him whatsoever, so that kind of sucks. And then you have double at the knee there, so that's nice. And then pretty standard kind of foot joint for moving around, doing all the things. It works great. And then you have a toe hinge, which actually is a nice sturdy hinge. So I don't think he'll balance on it, but I've gotten him in some nice poses on the display base where he's kind of, stepping with his toe bent. I really do appreciate that joint. One other joint thing I need to talk about, though. are those ball joints at the shoulders. Because popping it off, you can see that is just a yellow plastic. But I did that myself, because if you look very closely, you can see that it was actually a painted joint. And if you don't believe me, look at the other one. See that weird thing right there? That is paint. I don't know why toy companies do this. Rule number 1, you never paint joints. And they painted the ball joint, and this shoulder was okay, but it was really creaky. This shoulder was really creaky when I moved it because it was painted. Now you can see it just moves fine. This one, however, the peg for that joint wanted to turn and twist before the actual ball moved in the socket. So I had to pop it out and I had to scrape all of the paint off. So if you don't want your Saitama to break, I would recommend popping off the shoulder. You can just do it with force. You don't need to hair dry it. It pops off great. And then just take a hobby knife or something and scrape off all that paint, because your shoulders may break on yours if you don't do that. You can see all this excess paint right there. I don't know why toy companies do this. It's such a bad idea. NECA did it a lot. I don't know if they're still doing it, but they did it a lot. But yeah, there we go. That's pretty much Saitama, good old One Punch Man. I have yet to see the second season. I actually didn't even really know it came out. But I really loved the first season. I'll watch the second one here soon. I love this character. I love the show. It's pretty nice. And I'm happy to have a toy of it. I hope we get a Genos and maybe Speedo Sound Sonic. Maybe... what was the Moomin Rider? I would buy a Moomin Rider in a heartbeat. So yeah, there we go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social media links down in the description below. So it's my P.O. Box address. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.